What's up, Fly Squad? I'm here in the country of Laos, and today we're gonna be checking out the top 7 best ways to maximize your trip in the capital city of Vientiane. Let's go. Starting here at the statue of King Anuvong. King Anuvong is widely recognized as being the last monarch of the kingdom of Vientiane. King Anuvong ascended to the throne as the ruler of the kingdom of Vientiane, Laos in the year 1805 upon the death of his brother. In the year 2010, to commemorate the 450th anniversary of the city of Vientiane, the Lao government created this park and statue of King Anuvong in front of the Mekong River. And located directly behind the statue of King Anuvong and his park is the presidential palace that carries on the legacy of this city. This palace was originally built in the year 1560 as the new royal residence of the king of the time. Surrounded by well-manicured lawns and gardens and fenced off by tall walls, this building is imposing yet elegant with bold arch architecture, complete with tall colonnades and shaded balconies. Meanwhile, in 1973, it was renovated by the then Royal Lao government on the grounds that used to house the royal residence. The royal palace, however, is not to be confused with the house of the president of Laos. And as we walk along the presidential palace and the park of King Anuvong, we come around the corner to arrive at our next destination that's located directly in back of the presidential palace. Now we arrive at one of Laos' most sacred monuments, the Temple of Wat Sasaket. On this ancient site, a museum has been created and a burial grounds to commemorate some of Laos' most loyal citizens. It's also surrounded by lush gardens and gilded altars and buildings of fantastic traditional Laotian architecture. This temple is largely considered to be the oldest temple still standing in the entire city of Vientiane. This temple was ordered to be built by King Anuvong in the year 1818. Wat Sasaket was built in a contemporary style of Buddhist architecture at the time, with a surrounding terrace and an ornated 5-tiered roof, which may have actually kept it safe, since the armies of Siam sacked Vientiane following Anuvong's rebellion in 1827 and used the compound as their headquarters and lodging place. The building has been restored in 1924 and again in 1930 and stands as a lasting testament in the city of Vientiane. So that was a stroll down the lane of Laos' royal legacy. On to the next one. Which brings us about a 15-minute walk down the street to this center where we uncovered a dark past in the country of Laos. Quite sad part of the history of Laos, where it is known as the most bombed country in the world for unexplainable reasons. This is a lot of the prosthetic legs and other body parts that unfortunately, a lot of the people of Laos, men, women, and children, had to endure these pains because of something they called the secret war, where the U.S. dropped millions of bombs on this country during the time of the Vietnam War for unknown reasons that I don't know. But yeah, it was something called the secret war. So they opened this place as a way to help people that were victims of this catastrophe and tried to clear out a lot of the unexploded ordnance as well, as it's still scattered over a large part of the country. And this is the reason for all of these prosthetic limbs, because many people, just regular normal working people, were affected by all of the unexploded bombs and ordnance that the U.S. dropped back in the 60s and 70s. It's a shame. This is an example of the many small particle bombs that were contained in the large piece here. And all of these came out of that shell and fell down upon the country of Laos. Like, very, very sad part of history. According to U.S. military records, the United States dropped between 260 million and 4 billion bombs on the country of Laos between the years of 1964 and 1973. This was a time during the war in Vietnam, and an estimated 30% of the bombs dropped did not detonate. As you can see, many people come here to learn about the effects that, unfortunately, many people had to endure and deal with in the past and still to this day, leaving roughly 30% of the country contaminated with unexploded ordnance. They have screens on display that explain the details of this tragedy and the relief efforts that are in place to try to correct the situation. Although this took place many years ago, it's sad to see how this has affected and still is affecting the residents in the country of Laos. So that was the Hope Center. On to the next one. Now we're here at the 5 April International Shooting Range. After seeing all the harm that was done to Laos with all of that bombing from back in the day and all the unexploded ordnance, it's still left here in the country kind of got me enraged a little bit. I want to let off some steam, so I'm gonna explode some ordnance here at the 5 April International Shooting Range. Let's go. As you guys can see, they have quite a few packages you can choose from, ranging from $110 up to a few hundred. And you can also choose single weapons as well. They all come with about 10 bullets per weapon. So I chose to go with the single weapon route instead of the package, just to see how it goes. The AK and the Glock, so let's get it in. Also, just so you guys know, if you want to shoot automatic weapons, the only two automatics they have are the M4 and the AK. You ready to pop, pop, pop. This is also the range where the current military and police train here in Laos. So that was 5 April International Shooting Range. On to the next. Which takes us to our next destination. Hello. Now that I done calmed down a bit. Now we're here at That Cow. This is a good place to come and ease your mind. Cool down a little bit from all the crazy news you found out in your life, different experiences. This place is just one of many parks that is located around the city of Vientiane with monumental statues of Buddha. As you can see, this is the resting Buddha here in the park. Very grand in size. I'm not sure exactly how many feet, but it's quite big. He seems to be always at peace. I like that about Buddha. Very chill guy. Can definitely appreciate the grandeur, the beauty of this park. Real serene, laid back. Good place to catch some good vibes. Tranquil here in this part of the city. So that was That Cow. On to the next one. Which brings us to a place that is the epitome of grandiose, luxurious architecture here in Laos. Now we're here at Vientiane, which is also known as the Great Stupa. Since this initial establishment, suggested around the 3rd century AD, this stupa has undergone several reconstructions up until the 1930s. But not because of flaws in its construction, but due to foreign invasions of the area. The architecture of this building includes many references of Laos culture and identity. It has so become a symbol of Laotian nationalism. From ground to pinnacle, the Great Stupa stands at a height of 45 meters or 147 feet. surrounding the stupa is a walkway enclosure with many images of Buddha and other rituals here in Laos. So that was Product 1, the Great Stupa. On to the next one. Which brings us to the number 1 spot on our list, a place that stands as a symbol of the resilience and victory of the people of Laos. Now we're here at Petaksai, the Laos Victory Monument. Known as Victory Gate or Gate of Triumph, this is a war monument that was built in downtown Vientiane, Laos between the years of 1957 and 1968. And just by looking at it, it kind of resembles the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, but it's made with the Laotian architectural style. This monument was built using American funds and cement actually intended to build a new airport. But the Royal Laotian government used that money to build this instead, as a symbol dedicated to those that fought in the struggle for independence from France. The choice that Laos made to build this instead has earned this monument the nickname the Vertical Runway. It was designed by a Laotian soldier who was a former journalist and self-taught sculptor in the year 1957. He was paid 30,000 kips for his work, and the construction cost an estimated 63 million kips, which is about $2,880 in US currency today. Throughout the monument are displayed statues and pictures of iconic heroes and heroines of the country of Laos, and the roof design is also inspired by Taj Mahal of India. So that was our list of the top 7 best ways to maximize your trip to Vientiane, Laos. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.